Good day, my internet friends. How you doing this wonderful Sunday eventide? Okie dokie. So I tried to record this one inside, but my kids were a little too screamy. So welcome to my backyard. I try and do these every year before I end up selling most of my knives. So I'm gonna go through most of the knives that I built over the course of the year. I think I sold a couple already, and I have a couple in here that are probably from my last show, but we're just going to go through. I think I got about 30 to 40 of them, rough estimate. I didn't bring my kitchen knives out here, so these are all my like sheathed bushcrafty style woods work knives. So yeah, let's just go through them quick and dirty. All right, first comes first. I want to show you the tags that I put on my knives. How professional do I look? Got some care instructions on there, and then the price tag. That looks backwards to me, but hopefully this will flip around. This is $225. So right here I got a Mora 2000 with what do we got here? Paduk, Wenge, brass bolster and cap, figured maple bottom, and then I'm not 100% sure what that layer is there. Some sort of orangish hardwood. Looks great though. All in a, this is a chrome tan leather sheath. A little more supple of a leather. Gives it a little more elegant of a feel. The vegetable tan tends to be a little bit hard and thick and doesn't have as much give to it, especially if you water form it, the stuff that I get. But cross draw, little to carry on straps or on your belt. Excuse me, I don't have a belt on right now, and the framing is not the best for this. Let's see, I'll titch you guys down a little bit, see if that works. Get more of my sexy body in here. But yeah, something like that, like that, like that. But yeah, this is number one. I love the way that turned out. Such a good balance to it. The handle is about as equal as long as the blade, and the way it kind of swells out there. And I love the design of these Mora 2000 blades, the way they go up a little bit and then down to more of a drop point. It's just such a classy looking blade and a classy looking sheath for $225. Going through it. All right. Right here we got the Chapa 170 millimeter Luku, rosewood handle, pretty simple build, but just solid woods working knife. Got my logo right there. Excuse the dust. These are all oiled, and then sometimes when I shape the sheaths, like this one, I've had to put leather, like a leather stack here, to make the wide part here, and then I took out a Dremel to kind of round out this whole inside part after I stitched it to kind of make it accept this round a little bit better. So there'll be dust in some of these sheaths, leather dust for a little bit, but it'll work its way out. This one is $240. Not a bad deal for a hand-built, one-of-a-kind knife. By the way, the last one was 12C 27N, the Mora, and then the big Luku chopper 80 CRV2. So all my carbon steels are mostly either 1066 or 95G or 80 CRV2, which is my favorite. 80 CRV2 is a great budget steel. It's tough as nails. All right, this you might have seen before. It's a big boy. This was from last year. Didn't sell this. Big knives are a little harder to sell, but this is a 240 millimeter, big boy, heavy duty Luku. This one's thicker than their stock Lukus. I got a teak handle with figured maple top and bottom, as well as a stainless steel, thick stainless steel bolster end cap bead through the bottom of this thing. Feels great in the hand, and it's got a nice profile to that blade. This will get you through some wood if you need to get through wood. Got to pinch the sheath, slap it in, get past that that little rub there, and then boom, that ain't going anywhere. Belt loop dangler, not ambidextrous this one, but I mean, you could probably carry it on that side. Cross draw with a little dangler, but yeah, this is before I started making my shoes ambidextrous. Going through, we got here a 105 millimeter Puko in 80 CRV2. My logo there, aluminum bolster, end cap, peen through the bottom, and we got a stack of teak, olive wood, and zebra wood there. Nice little finger grooves to kind of lock yourself in. I don't usually put finger grooves. I like to be able to like have the bottom of the blade go right to the handle there, but some people like to have that little indexing point, so they want to stab something. They get a little more purchase. And then this is a chrome tan. I got some different kind of leather, a little more supple leather sheath with a ambidextrous kind of dangler to carry. Carabiner or something, or clip it to something. Clips anywhere you need it to. Alright. Going through. Next is a Condor Kephart. Nice and dusty. 1070 steel. This is a Cocobolo handle with maple pins that I did myself. 8 to 9 ounce vegetable tan leather sheath. And if you kind of look inside, I don't know if you can see it, there's a shitty lighting. Anyway, there's a little leather nipple that I kind of placed in there. It covers the back of the rivet so the rivet doesn't rub against here, as well as gives the knife a lock in. Bunk! It locks right in like that, so you don't have to worry about it falling out. It's almost like how Kydex can sometimes have those little mechanical clicks. It's a leather version of that. You can pinch it if you don't want it to clunk as much, but if you just slap it in like that, it like has a bunk. Nice and soft, doesn't rattle like Kydex, but acts very similar to how the retention is. I'm definitely getting a lot better at my leather work in the last year. That's probably where most of my learning has become in the last year, is the leather work and the overall like finishing of the knives. Keep it going. I think this knife is from last year. Sorry, I should have told you the price of that last one too. That was the big heavy duty Luku was $250, and then this one's $215. This is a Mora number 1 in 1090 steel. I think that's what it is. And this is Paduke and Wenge, and very similar stack to the other Mora. Partial tang goes to right about there, I think. It's a pretty long partial tang, but it didn't go quite through this one because I wanted a larger handle. But it'll work just fine. And then this is a vegetable tan leather sheath, dyed red. 150. Ooh, I'm giving away. Keep it going, keep it going. What we got here is a Kiridashi, Scandi Grind Kiridashi, not single bevel, double bevel, stack of wonderful wood. I gotta oil this one a bit better. Got a little bit of rust on it. This 1066 is pretty rust prone. Nice kind of swell to the handle there. It fits in so good from that pinch grip right there. Nice strong purchase on that. That ain't going anywhere. Put a little leather dangler on the back if you want a little extra gription for choking back like that, but nice little slicer or stabber. Great marking knife. Little neck carry sheath if you want it. Alright, keep it going. What we got here is a another 105 millimeter Puko ADCR V2. This is a very pretty rosewood handle. I love the swell. The way the swell goes, kind of follows the curve of the knife. It does it on both sides too. Like, oh, little round bubble there. Need to polish the brass up. You can see my fingerprints in the brass, actually. That's crazy. But I did polish all this brass up when I made the knives, and then they sit for a couple weeks, and fingerprints oxidize. Brass doesn't stay pretty for very long, let me tell you. But when it does shine up, it shines up real good. Got a naturally finished, just the, like I didn't dye the sheath or anything. This is just a little bit of snow seal, my own homemade fix and wax, melted into the sheath. And then we got 8 to 9 ounce, or sorry, ambidextrous carry. Oh my goodness, my brain's melting a little bit. Ambidextrous carry there. Overall, looks real good. Let me know what you guys think. Oh, price. That's $210. This one you might have seen before. This is a Spyderco Mule in 15V. Maple, figured maple. Almost like a flame maple handle with rosewood in the middle. 4 aluminum pins. And overall, a great fucking knife. This is probably one of my more expensive ones. I think this is yeah, $300, but a lot of the cost is that blank. I think it was with the shipping and taxes, import fees from US, transfer fees from Canadian to US. I think it was $85 US, and then another $40 shipping, and then transfer to Canada. It was like $150 or $60 just for the blade blank by itself. And then very similar to the other sheath, I have like little leather pucks inside that not only protect the knife from the rivets, they give a nice positive affixation, locks it in there real good, nice and silent, not going to rattle on your belt. This one's going to be hard for me to sell. Got a 80 millimeter. I think this is one of my older ones too. 80 or 84 millimeter carving blank with birch bark, desert ironwood, zebra wood, and then ebony on the top and the bottom, and then some other woods, some browns, and then this is actually finished with CA glue. I wanted to see the kind of finish I can get from super glue. Lots of thin coats, sanding in between each coat, and man, it turned out glassy. Not too slippery either. I was kind of actually impressed for how glassy it looked. It's much better than the polyurethane coatings I tried before that kind of, like, when you get wet, they get really slippery. This doesn't seem to get that slippery even when wet. But yeah, it's for a big boy hand. It's a nice, chunky handle. Basic chrome tan leather sheath. This one is $190. Working our way through. Bear with me. Got here a 95 millimeter Puko with a bird's eye maple, bird's eye figured, bird's eye something. I don't exactly know. I don't think this is maple. It's too dark. But I really do like the bird's eye on it. And then rosewood at the top there. Very thin brass bolster. End cap peeing through the bottom. Very nice vegetable tan leather sheath at 8 to 9 ounce. High quality vegetable tan. It's expensive for that leather, but man, it's worth it. When you wet form it, I've got a couple other knives I'll show you. When you wet form it, it turns it like hard like a rock. yeah, might as well move on to one of them. This is a 6.5 inch fillet knife. This is the Lauren Metalli ones. I think they are an X50 German stainless steel. Nothing crazy of a stainless steel, but man, they do a great job with the profile of these. Nice distill taper going all the way down, very flexible, and I've flexed the crap out of this when it goes back. So they do a proper heat treatment on this. They are pretty expensive for what a 6-inch fillet knife should cost, but it's a good stainless steel. Like, this is definitely not gonna, it's not like an ordinary stainless that stains less than a carbon steel. This is, you'd have to be hard pressed to actually rust this thing. Nice, not ambidextrous, right hand leather sheath. This one I water formed, and it is hard like rock. Locks in there very nicely. Perfect little friction fit, ain't going anywhere, and this thing will last forever. You take care of this sheath, it'll last you forever. Super thick welts on there. Takes a lot of effort to sew through that kind of leather. But yeah, looking good. I actually have two other ones that kind of match this, so let me grab those. This is the 125 millimeter buco that goes with it. Same style sheath, natural vegetable tan leather. $200. I think the fillet knife was $215 or $220 because the blades are a little more expensive. Nice thick handle, good for a big XL, double XL hand. It fits my hand very well, but I do have a giant mitt, so might not be for everybody. Wet formed, friction fit, not going anywhere. Locks in perfectly, and then heavily waterproof with snow seal afterwards. There is so much beeswax and mineral oil and Vaseline melted into these with my fix and wax. The water just beads right off them. Right-handed leather sheath. $200. Let's keep it going. Got one. Wait, bear with me. I want to grab that other one of the. Well, it's further down there. I'll grab the other one. It's a little carver that matches those other two, but it's in the bottom of the box. This is a 180 millimeter Luku with probably one of my favorite handles I've made. There is almost every kind of wood I have there: Paduke, ebony, olive wood, rosewood, wenge, maple. I think there is some zebra wood in there too. Maybe not. Anyways. Oh, and then there's some leopard wood at the bottom too. There's so many different kinds of wood in this. Brass bolster, no, copper bolster, end cap, peeing through the bottom. This is a 5 to 6 ounce vegetable tan leather sheath. This is, I got a little bit thinner of a kind. I wanted to see the difference, and I really like this too. It has a little more ease of carrying, a lot lighter, super deep carry, and all friction fit in there. Wonderful little Luku belt knife. This is $220. Let me know what you think, especially with these prices, guys. Like, I know production, I know you can get them more pretty cheaply, but I'm trying to bring a little artisanalness to these blades that usually would just be plastic handles. I definitely enjoy the process of making the handles and the sheaths. All right, we got another Lauren Metalli fillet knife. I've made probably 4 or 5 fillet knives this year. Still have a couple more blanks downstairs, but last year during my show I had one and I sold it right away, and I had so many people asking, so I made sure to make like 5 this year. So 4. I want to make one more, but yeah, this is figured eucalyptus wood with a brass bolster end cap peeking through the bottom with a natural vegetable tan. Oh no, this is a dyed black vegetable tan leather sheath with an ambidextrous clip carry. Little, you can use a carabiner or whatever, and then a brass little D clip. This one is probably one of my cleanest leather sheaths I've made. Getting pretty good at stitching. I hand stitch everything. I hand punch everything, so I kind of like, I'd rather have like a little variation to the size of the stitches and the direction than have a machine stitch look. I just love the handmade look of things. If you're gonna get a handmade knife, it might as well look handmade, right? Okay, so this is these are my budget. Sorry, a little dirt on the blade. My budget fillet knives. These are the blades came out of like a $40 Berkeley set. I think they were $40 at the store or something. And then I have to make the sheath that way, so I just rehandled them, used the original sheath, and it even comes with like a little silly. It's not a pull-through sharpener. It's just a honing rod, which is actually kind of nice to have. This is 440 stainless, so it's not the craziest stainless, but it does have a good heat treatment. It flexes nice, doesn't bend, easy to sharpen, and then a lovely stack of exotic woods. These are $80. So yeah, it takes me a couple hours to pull that handle off and make a new hand. Like, I'm not making that much. I spent $35 plus tax on the set. Like, what am I making? $30? I don't know. I just want to get some knives in people's hands and have the idea of them being a little prettier of a handle. Maybe they'll appreciate them more, take better care of them. All right. Got here is a modern Puko. The blade was done by a company named Zappas. I think they're Bulgarian, maybe. 80 CRV2, well heat treated, but this is the blade to me is not. It's more of a plow than a slicer. Like, you'll be able to reef this through some wood, but man, look how obtuse that tip is. With a little bit of time, some regrind, you can make this into a slicer, but as it is, this is definitely built for strength as opposed to finesse. Copper pins, zeroid handle. Very simple, nice swell to it. Fills out the handle a lot better with my original handle, or my aftermarket handle. I got rid of that it had a really sharp point there, I guess to lock your finger in, but it just stabbed your finger. And then nice leather sheath with it. Yeah, I think I put the wrong price on this one because $220, that doesn't seem right. I think I wanted to price this one at $180. Nah, I'll fix that up after, or when somebody's interested in it, I'll not. Yeah, that's it. Oh, it's $220, but I'll sell it for $180, $170 right now. Yeah, knock $50 off of it and make that sale. It's fun to negotiate with people, although I wouldn't negotiate on all my knives. There's a few I would like to make people feel like they got a better deal for them. There's the third one of that set with the Puku fillet knife and the little carver. They all have matching sheaths, right hand carry, water formed leather sheaths, and yeah, man, it's a cute little carver. Friction fit, ain't going anywhere. You can carry that upside down if you want to. That's not popping out. Yeah, 54 millimeter, 80 CRV2, nice thin little carver. That is $160. Keep it coming. Got a kind of Kephart style Scandi ground 1066 blade with a full tang. Those are steel. I think they're steel pins, maybe aluminum or stainless steel. Got the lanyard holder with a sleeve in it, and then olive wood, and zebra wood, and rosewood, and a bunch of different woods. Some hickory there, I think, too. Nice stack of wood, but the original handle on this was super thin, and I wanted to make something a little more full. Nice Coke bottle shape to it. Swell in, or cut in, then swell out. Just a simple leather sheath. She goes in 180, fine deal. Just remember to oil it. That 1066, man, she rusts. All right, making our way through. Oh, this is one of my favorites. 95 millimeter 80 CRV2. Nice thick brass bolster and end cap, and this is desert ironwood. This is some heavy duty wood. I can see why this is used in knife handles a lot, because it feels like it's resin treated, or whatever that's called, stabilized. It feels stabilized right from the get-go. This is a 8 to 9 ounce vegetable tan leather sheath. Ambidextrous carry, and dyed black, obviously. This one, $230. As I don't have very much of that desert ironwood, and it's expensive to get. All right, keep it coming. What do we got here? Oh yeah, this is a 80 millimeter, 84 millimeter, something like that. 80 CRV2 carving blade, brass bolster, end cap, zebra wood, and olive wood. Peen through the bottom. Vegetable tan leather sheath, nicely stitched. Dyed dark brown, I think, and it's got the similar little button retention in there. It jumps over it, and locks it in place. This one is $200. Not a bad deal, hey? Oh, this one does not have a price on it, but I know the price. This is also from last year. $240 millimeter Trava Scrama blade blank with a custom Paduk handle, and she's a beaut. I got rid of that silly little finger, like they have like a finger separation part there, and yeah, it's glued, clamped. It's that handle ain't going anywhere. I enjoy it a lot more than the original handle, the rubber handle. And I didn't go crazy with the sheath. Fits in the stock sleeve, and then I took a paracord and kind of wrapped and wove this around here. You got a little magnetic clip, just attaches to whatever you want, like that, as well as if you want to just take this off, you can flip that off, so you can like just leave this attached to your belt and then pop this whole thing off to hand to somebody. I love the Scrama. I have 3 of them. Great knives. All right, got more. I got more. Oh, since we're wait. Since we got the, and that Scrama was $240 for that one. This is the Scrama 200, slightly smaller, but more luxurious handle. This is a figured African babinga wood with nice fat stainless steel pins, or they might even be carbon steel pins because they look like they're rusting a little. Mild steel. And I'll polish that up, and then a brass brass lanyard hole with a sleeve there in there, brass sleeve. This one turned out glorious. I still have yet to do anything to the sleeve, but this one is equal price to the other one. $230. You can make a leather sheath for this pretty easily, or you can order one directly from Taraba, and it'll fit this no problem. But if I were to do a leather sheath for this for somebody, I'd charge them an extra $50 if they wanted like the full leather treatment. But if they wanted to just the wrap like the other one, I could do that for like $20. But I just haven't done it yet. These are not something you carry very often on your belt. Like, these are more like throw in a pack. That's why even me, like my Scrama that I have, I don't really have a belt loop on it. I just throw it in my camp bag, and then when I need it, I just take it out and put it back in the bag when I'm done. It's too big of a knife to kind of like, I'm not the crocodile hunter carrying fucking 240 millimeters of 80 CRV2 differentially heat treated 80 CRV2. All right, this is a 5 inch. Looks a little longer because the blade's 5 inch, but it's got that little bit extra length there. 1066 carbon. It's a little dirty because I oiled it, and I'm not gonna polish it up right now because I don't want to have to re-oil all these again. But this is some of the prettiest wood I've ever seen. I don't know if you can see it. The chatoyancy on it. It's a little harder to see in this lighting, but you go into the right lighting and this thing freaking sparkles. Not 100% sure what kind of wood this is, but man, it's pretty. Great, comfy little hunting knife. Boop. This one is $190. Deals. Oh, this one turned out real good too. This is a 140 millimeter Luku blade with, I am not sure what kind of wood this is. At certain angles it like flashes red, at certain angles it's purple, at certain angles it's brown. But it's all around very hard and not quite as plasticky feeling as that desert ironwood, but getting there. So maybe help me figure it out. But overall, slim handle profile for a bigger blade, and then another ambidextrous leather sheath. As you can see, I started to get like sort of a design to my sheath that I like doing. So yeah, $225, not too bad. Being through the bottom, I love that. Anyways, oh, this is from, I think this is from last year. This is a same size 140 millimeter. I went for kind of a traditional Luku style handle, a little bit more property, a little bigger. No bolster, just glue it in tang, and I peened it, then covered it with another piece of wood there to kind of cover the peen. Anyways, this one is $215, but this is another one of those where I'd probably knock some money off if somebody was really interested but thought it was too expensive. As you can see, it's one of my earlier sheaths, kind of messing around with the design. Still really nice leather, but I'm definitely getting much better at the sheath making process. Nice and low. So it's nice and low little. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. Got more. Oh, this is the Chewbacca Choppa. This is a 210 millimeter heavy duty Luku with, I do believe this is African rosewood handle. Kind of reminds me of Chewie's fur. That's why I call it the Chewbacca Choppa. And then vegetable tan leather sheath with an optional dangler if you want to go either way. And then, yeah, not the most elegant of sheaths, but it is very, very serviceable. Just, I've definitely gotten better at making nicer looking sheaths. Still very usable though. And that one, I don't have a price on this one either. This one is $230 as well. All right, we got a 42 millimeter little carving blade with a myriad of woods in there. This is like, I had a challenge to like take all tiny bits of scrap wood and make it into a usable chunk of wood for a handle, and this is what it turned out to be. I think it looks really good. These little carving blades only have, the tangs go probably about there, so you're not peening these through, but it's a carving blade. You're not banging the crap of this thing. Proper glue would be good. And with just a simple cover slip, no belt no belt loop or anything, just something to throw in your bag or your pocket. All right. Going through. This is 110 millimeter, Pugo, maybe walnut or hickory handle, rosewood, brass bolster, end cap. Not the most pretty wood, but just a solid hardwood, accented by some other things. Very thick vegetable tan leather, 190 bucks. Nice little tie off clip to whatever. We're getting near the bottom, guys. We're getting near the bottom. 120 millimeter Luku with, I think, maple and wenge and some sort of zebra or tiger wood in the middle, maybe. I'm not that good at being an arborist, but I'm good at putting the wood together. Aluminum bolster, being through the bottom, and one of the few knives that I have that has like proper finger guards and locks your hand in, and overall great blade. Vegetable tan leather sheath, $215 for that one. Keep it going. I got more. I got, oh, this one's glorious. Pretty sure that is a desert ironwood as well, with maple, rosewood, brass bolster, end cap. A little slimmer than I'm used to, and then kind of have a square back to it. A very unique looking knife with a very solid sheath. This is about the perfect size knife I like to carry. Just something not crazy big, something that'll let me carve wood, do some feather sticks if I need to, and we'll chop up some food for the kids if I need to. 80 CRV2. Very elegant. I like it. This one is $215 as well. I got more. Oh, this one's got some dusty dust on it. You got like purple heart, desert ironwood in the middle, and then a myriad of other woods, Paduke, brass bolster, end cap. Kind of a unique design. I'm not 100% sure I like it, but you gotta experiment sometimes. Locks your thumb in real good there, and then kind of allows you to be right in close to the detail work there. Brass bolster, end cap. Just a very simple deep carry leather sheath. This one, I don't have a price on it either for some reason, but this one is going to be $180 because there is just there was a little tiny, actually it might even go 150. There's a little gap in the wood or something that got filled with epoxy, and as I was shaping it, a little bubble of epoxy, but I didn't want to go any thinner. I mean, it's it's not any less stronger for it, it's just a little blemish, and every company has seconds. There'll be somebody who will be happy to buy that at a discount, and then I won't have to rip the whole handle off and start again. Alright, we got, this is a 125 millimeter stainless Lord Metalli carving blade with a very stripy stack of rosewood and figured maple with, I think there's one different kind of wood right in the middle there, or two different kinds of rosewood. You can kind of see it. There's a layer there, and then a layer in the middle. Kind of looks like a bumblebee. I like the way it looks. 8 to 9 ounce vegetable tan leather sheath with a ambidextrous belt loop, and this one is $220 because the stainless blanks are about twice the price as the carbon blanks, which I don't exactly know why, but that stainless can't be that much more expensive. Maybe it's harder to grind and it's harder on the machines. Alright, we're getting near the bottom of the box. We got a 105 millimeter. This is the pair to the, I made a filet blade that was very similar to this. Same wood, same bolster and end cap, same length handle. And yeah, I kind of wanted to call it like the Bushman package, where you have like a good puko and then a stainless steel fillet knife or watery stuff. But yeah, simple leather sheath, dangler loop, clip off, 190. Not a bad deal for what it is. I put a lot of work into these. Alright, what do we got here? 105 millimeter Mora #1 blank. This is a wenge handle with, I don't know if you see the dots, these are all little spots of epoxy mixed with strontium aluminate, so this will actually glow in the dark. All these little things will glow bright green when you hit them with some UV light or regular light. Can't show it to you right now. Maybe. No, I can't get it dark enough to really show you, but trust me, they glow, and they glow for quite a decent amount of time. Brass bolster, end cap. Anyways, it's a nice one. It took me a long time. This is kind of an experimental blade. I'm still messing around with that glow-in-the-dark powdered resin. I got some really cool stuff I'm going to incorporate into layers of knives later on. Alright, this is a 180 millimeter Luku stack of like bird's eye maple and rosewood, and peen through the bottom. Nice big castle there for sharpening. This is one of my earlier blades. I think this is from last year too, but fits small hands nicely. Sorry, there's some birds or rabbits next to me. And great little chopper. That'll go through some wood really good. Nice thick leather sheath. Pretty nice. This one is $225. Sorry, I gotta be bending the crap out of my cards here. I'll redo that one. Alright, what do we got? Two more. This is another 80 millimeter carver with peen through the bottom, stack of various woods, some various hardwoods, and then an ebony pin to go through there. doesn't go through the metal or anything. This is just for show. And yeah, got a little finger guard there. It fills out the hand nicely, and little sheath that I made for it. Not the nicest sheath, but I think this one is going to be $125 for this blade. So I gotta have like all of the price levels. Well, like a couple under 100, a couple close to 100, and then 150, and then 180, 200, all the way up to that expensive $300 Spyderco. And this is my last one. This is it's gonna be an expensive one too. $230. And honestly, I'm not doing that too good on that. This is a Castrum Safari Mini Hunter. It cost me about $65 just for the blank. And just because knives are small does not mean they cost small money. This is one of these knives that, because there's so many small little detail, like tight spots here, I couldn't do this on my belt sander. I did a lot of hand shaping and Dremel work on this, like carving and stuff. So there's a reason why small knives cost the same as big knives, sometimes even more, because you're not paying for the amount of material, you're paying for the processes to turn that material into something usable. And a small knife is harder to make than a big knife. Big knives might be a little more time consuming in certain aspects, but the small details are a lot easier to fuck up than bigger details. So yes, got figured Babinga, very similar to the Scrama 200 wood, and then pins, and then a sleeved lanyard hole there, because this is a tiny little 3.5 finger knife. I can almost fit all 4 fingers on it, but it kind of gets eaten. Definitely want to put a lanyard on that. And then it's a cute little tiny little carry sheath, ambidextrous belt loop. And this would be a very thin belt, so you probably want to clip this off to something and or like carry it on like a strap, like a thinner 1-inch strap or something. Yeah, anyways, I think that brings me to the end of my box. I have a couple more kitchen knives in the house, but I didn't feel like bringing those out. Yeah, that's all. So my show is next Sunday at the Southridge Mall, Sudbury, Ontario. So if you're living around me, if you want to come check out, this is basically the whole Southridge Mall is taken over by smaller business makers. There's leather workers, there's artists, there's food, if you like food, lots of little bakery things and stuff. But I think I'm the only knife maker there, so I mean, a corner of the market, right? Anyways, yeah, this Sunday, let me know what you think of my knives, guys, if you like them. I know this is a long 40, almost hour-long video, but I mean, there's a lot of knives to go over. There's like 30, 35 there. Minute a knife, you gotta go quick. Anyways, check out my Instagram, John Pepin, Pepin Made. Check out my YouTube, which you should be on right now. And if you want one of these, contact me. They'll be available at the show, as well as any ones that are left over I will be selling online as well too. But I'm just keeping these all in stock for the show. And other than that, thanks for wasting some time with me. Have yourself a great day.